So the seal I ordered eventually turned up today. It was an imperial. This, obviously somebody's made this, but there was no seal in it. It was just the aluminium onto the bush. So I found an imperial seal that to suit the bush, and I can't remember what the OD was. It was imperial, but I've machined or just bored out the outer of this for the seal to fit. The two of the screw threads were a bit dodgy, so I've actually gone up to, I don't know what size they were originally, they're a bit chewed up, but I've gone up to 1BA, so they're new screws, bit of Hylamar, bit of grease on the seal, and it's gone in, no problem. So I've tried this, the taper without the woodruff key, lovely, no burrs on anything, so that should just slide straight on. Woodruff key to the top, and lovely. I'm just going to put these finger tight for the time being. I don't normally put any lock tabs on, I just put a bit of Loctite on. I have cleaned this up best I can. It's been to Mars and back, so obviously if you haven't got the right size spanner you can just use a chisel. It doesn't do me any good, but cleaned it up the best I can. So that now is on, and that will hold that nicely onto that taper while we just have a look at the chain and the engine sprocket. So the chain, you know, we had the really serious marks on the inside of the rotor, which I've now machined off, because the chain was fitted this way around with a split link face to the outside, and these stick out probably a couple of mil more than these, and I think something's been loose anyway, but it chewed up the inside of a few bits. So I've swapped the horseshoe round so it faces the other way, so it faces that way because that's going in that direction, and that now should all slide on, he said. What I just might do, while I'm here, put a tad of grease on those ball bearings, because I can. Because I'll probably run this for a bit while I'm trying a few things with no oil in. Obviously, I'm not going to run it dry or anything. So just a bit of grease just on the roller race, just to be kind. And that should just slide on. And we're on. So I'll just probably not put this on again, just hand tight. So woodruff, so I've got to get this. So if it was at TDC, it's going to be the latter slot, or is it? Let's get this bit right. Can I turn the engine over from here with no spark plug in? Just. Yeah, so it's that one, the 7 o'clock one when it's at TDC. So woodruff key in that one. The key's a bit I made the key, so it is a tad tight. Just got to tap it in without putting a burr or anything. Really. And we're in. Then my collar. Then our rotor. And obviously this has to go on now in the right woodruff key position, because we've got our mark on here for doing our static or strobed timing. And again, I'm just going to put Loctite on this when I'm happy. This is just a dry build, just to make sure everything's going to go back. Happy. So now I can start to build up the clutch. So let me dig out the clutch bits and have a look at them before we get going, to make sure they're going to be fine. The plates are good, and the fibre material's good. It's just the cups and the screws I want to just recheck on, and we might have to do a bit of modification, but let's see how we go. So back in a second. Okay, got the torque setting for this one. This one's the easy one, which is 30 foot-pounds. Got a bit of soft material to shove in there, so we can do this one no problemo, but we'll have to cheat on the other one, but we can. So Loctite is in there. One. Should go this time. There we go. Happy bunny. But with this one, we have to cheat, because obviously that's, you know, if you had a friction plate and a plain plate, second-hand ones, you could drill through them both and put a couple of nuts or bolts in and lock the outer to the inner, then wedge the chain. But unfortunately I don't have, so I'm going to use the windy gun because I can. I'll find it. And just try to gauge 30. Which way are we going? Right way. Okay, I've got a glove ready so I don't rip my hand to pieces on the sharp edges. And also stick a rag in there for a tad more protection. Let's see how we go. Could be happy with that. Happy. So we're in and Loctited. Push rod is in. I've not got the cable. I have got a cable actually to go in there, and a new lever, but we'll just drop this lot in first. So these are going back as they came. You can see, maybe you can see the round elements that and they're not in bad nick actually. You know, they're not badly worn on the tangs, and there's quite a bit of meat left on the friction material, and they're going back exactly as they came out. Maybe. Is there a master on there? Of course there is. Did see the make on them somewhere. Whatever that is, if you can catch that. Whether it's good or bad make, I don't know. But it's going back. Master to the top. Now whether there is an extra plate in here or whatever, I don't know that either without going and looking on the parts book. But the clutch did work fine, didn't slip, so there's no reason why it shouldn't go back. So it's pretty full. You couldn't get anything else in there, that's a definite. So I've got the cups. I've backed off the pressure plate screw. The notches don't look too bad. What that is, but it's going. Okay, so what I think I'll do now is I'll put the clutch cable, fit the clutch lever, fit the clutch cable, and have a play around with the adjustment. I'm going to wind these in a bit first. So let me just move on a little bit and we will be back directly. Well, we're up. It's all built up. In fact, I did find the clutch cable, look at that. It's Barnett. Where is it? In California. $5.95. Cable assembly. 1964 Cub and later models, thumb screw adjuster and lever. Wow, that's got to be probably 1960s, hasn't it? Late 60s, early 70s. Barnett. What if they're, oh, BTE is the logo. I bet they're not around anymore. Anyway, we're up, and yeah, cable's in. Obviously I'm just hanging it there for the moment, and it does bite and release. Can't too much compression for my hand, yeah. Anyway, I'm sure going to be good enough to get a start. So from this side, a bit of a disappointment with the pegs. Can you see that? Yes. So this looks like one of the widest offsets you can get. But so I've had to take the spring out. But hey ho. Yeah. So we are getting there. So I'm going to do the oil tank and lines tomorrow and try the exhaust. So yeah, a few more bits on. So yeah, it's coming along quite nicely. So we will catch you on the next video. See you later, folks.